welcome back to the channel, guys. You joined me in the passenger seat of my E46 because today I'm going to be changing this out. Yeah, so I want a little bit more than just Bluetooth. So I've got myself one of these. It's the Eonon in-car entertainment. So a lot of people online say this is what you should probably buy for E46s anyway. Gives you a nice OEM look. If I could just open it up 1 minute. So yeah, here you go, guys. This is what we'll have. I think it's like a 9-point-something inch tablet, Android tablet, Android CarPlay, no, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Yeah, so apparently this thing here, plug and play. I don't believe that at all, having done car stereos before, but we'll give it a go. Anyway, so yeah, let's start by stripping this out and we'll see if we can make the audio system in this car even better. So you got to remember, I've got the hard-on Carman sound system in here, which obviously makes things more difficult. But again, online it says this works with the hard-on Carman. So yeah, let's start stripping down the dash and we'll get my radio out. Right, so as usual, trim removal tools. Try our best to sort of go all the way along. There you go. There you go. Yeah, so these got like little plastic tabs with these pins in. As you can see on this side, sometimes this red bit comes out with there. This one has snapped off in the past. I've epoxied it back on. Nice to see that it hasn't broken off again. But these will regularly break off, so be very careful with these bit of trim pieces. This one around the radio should come out fairly easy. It's just one pin on the right. The left side gets held in by the other bit of trim piece. So now we got here, Phillips either side, and then this radio should pull out with the correct tools. So this should all pull out in one unit. I've got a slim one, so no CD mechanism, so it's nice and narrow, fits fairly nicely, but look at all this shit behind it. It's these BMW clips. Which way did they go? Pushing that way? Can never remember. The outside, there we go. So yeah, old clip out and old stereo out, and I think one of these is the microphone as well. You can just pull him out as well. Right, there we go, camera. So with every plug and play unit, you get a ridiculous amount of cables, let's say. Couple of like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth antennas, or maybe 4G, maybe they're for 4G. I probably won't be using those. And look at this bag of flipping cables. Absolutely madness. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that comes with this. This is all one loom, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely bonkers. But as you can probably tell, I'm not gonna be able to fit in this gap because we're double height. So we need to move our air conditioning unit and relocate it. Aircon unit can be relocated into this position, which is your sunglasses holder. Obviously you don't need those. I've got this 3D printed bracket, which will do it. I believe it goes something like that in that gap and holds it all in place. So that should clip into there, I believe. But we need to remove this. I've no idea how to do that. There we go, push it from the rear. Okay, so yeah, this little frame comes out. Looks like there's 2 Phillips screws. So we'll just undo those. Okay. Oh, come on. They're out. This should... Oh, okay. So this looks like it sits underneath these top vents. Right, so just watch videos. Let's push in and rotate up. That means right as well. Obviously not the most glamorous way of removing that, but never mind. Right, then all of this comes out. We don't need this anymore. Sunglasses hut just pulls out as well. So now we need to work out how this works. I'm pretty sure it goes in like this, because I know there's a couple of screws. This just goes in the other way around. Maybe this little bit of tray comes out or something. This should be the cable. Okay, there we go. Right, line it all up. Here's your main loom, which looks excessive, but you've got two BMW connections. You've got the 40 flat pin connection, or you've got these round pins. So mine's only the round pins, so I'm tempted to just cut all the other side off and not have it there, but because of this is so shallow, there's actually quite a lot of room behind there. Right, so sorry everyone, my GoPro turned off because it got too hot in there. But we've got the main wire and loom in. It's all just tucked in behind for now. I haven't put in any of the GPS signals or, you know, any of the other stuff, but I'm ready just to put the key in, wherever it is. Key. Just to see what happens. Try and get some less, a little less. This is powering on, and that's reassuring. Aircon seems to all work. Nice. There we go. Right. I've got audio, but we want radio. Oh, radio works. Okay. It's good to know. Navigation. So I haven't put in the GPS unit, so that's fine. That probably isn't going to have a clue where we are, which is good. Anyway, we're not going to be using that because we're going to use it off our phone. Right, what's going on? It's been a few weeks since I fitted the Eonon Android Auto head unit. So I had quite a lot of experience with it, using the maps, using the system, what its response is. Just thought I'd go through some of that for you. So, right, go back to the home. You obviously got some buttons down here, power, which also mutes and unmutes the system. So it's kind of just off at the minute. Yeah, you got home, back, volume up and down on here. There's a little microphone in if you don't have an external mic. I've got mine up here. So that's cool. So I've changed the layout of the front. You've got different settings. You go into the car. You can play with amplifier stuff. Different settings in here. Obviously you can turn the bass on. Yeah, bits like this. Sub doesn't make any difference. We don't have a sub fitted apart from in the stock amp. So yeah, got all that. It's actually quite good. There we go. So you got some settings in there to change the navigation, whether it mutes the music and whatnot. And in terms of responsiveness, like when it's on the stock tablet, it's pretty good. So yeah, pretty good responsiveness of the actual tablet. It's got a few settings in here that you can set. I'm probably not going to go for all these. Bluetooth, you can have, you know, just like on any Android tablet, you've got a bunch of other stuff. You can go into the vehicle, which tells you your miles per gallon, average speed. You know, that's quite handy sometimes, isn't it? You got talk installed. If you had a little Bluetooth dongle thing, you'd be able to do that, which is quite good. I don't have one of those either, so that's fine. But yeah, I mean, the important stuff here is radio. Actually does quite well. Alright. Pretty responsive, so that's good. But it says in there you can have DAB on here if you buy a little aftermarket adapter. That's fine. I don't tend to use much of this apart from the home screen. Got a little radio shortcut there. You can have your music over Bluetooth or Android Auto, which is the main reason I got it. So like, yeah, zooming out, a few buttons here. You can scroll around, have a little look. It's actually not too bad in terms of responsiveness. I mean, I guess it's a bit slower because it's going to your phone, so it's not as quick as it would be. You got some music on this side you can pull out, start playing that. Actually sounds pretty good as well. Can't obviously have too much on there because of the copyright and all the stuff. Yeah, links to your phone, bunch of apps on here, tuning radio, all the normal stuff. But realistically, if you're fitting this,
you mainly want the maps, right? And they're pretty good. Like the actual responsiveness of these, it's pretty good. Pretty happy with this for 200 quid. Everything seems to fit. There's a few little bits of trim that sort of didn't quite fit flush, so that like that bit there, bits here as well where there's a bit of sanding you can do on the back of these panels. But if you've got one of these, you know that these panels are prone to snapping off as soon as you move them. But yeah, that's the Eonon, or any cheap Chinese alternative. Head unit pretty much fitted. It's very good, I'll be honest. If you've got the Harman Kardon amplifier, my old one, the amp would often overheat, stop working in hot weather, just because I think the signal it was getting from the head unit was too much for it to cope with. I've not seen any issues with this one. It's actually solved all of those problems. So yeah, which is rare for any aftermarket unit. Pretty much fits, works, plug and play. It's kind of amazing, everything you sort of want for spending that amount of money. Some people don't like, some people don't like this display. They prefer the old one with the old touch buttons and stuff. But realistically, guys, you're going to put it on map, you'll set your search up, and you'll click buttons. I mean, you're not really going to do much else on there. I have radio, and I have the map on, and I press play on music. That's like 3 things, and this does all of that absolutely perfect. Have had no problems with battery. I have set it so it doesn't go to standby, just turns off every time I shut the car off. A bit longer to turn on, but that's fine, because I'd rather have, this turns on by the time I get to the top of the road rather than a flat battery, so that is ultimately better. But yeah, so that's the Eonon E46 12-S, I think, or something like that. Got it from Amazon, mainly for the return policy if I didn't like it, but I'm keeping it, guys.